woke up, whichever one you want to count. So we're going to be here, and what I'm going to do is I'm on rainwater, top of your head. The water is a magnet for tension. As the water hits your head, you start releasing the tension down your scalp, down your ear, down your neck, down your shoulder, down your bicep, tricep, forearm. Okay? Inside forearm, outside forearm, the back of your hand, the inside of your palm, your fingers, from your fingers to the ground. So remember, just listen to my words carefully. You're in the rainforest, it's rain season, monsoon season. The water is a magnet for tension. When it hits your head, it starts rolling down. So what we're practicing on is that we're using our mind to release the tension in our body, okay? So we're gonna start here. Again, when the water hits your head, it's a magnet for tension. So as it's rolling down, it's pulling the tension from the top of your head, down your ears, down your chin, down your neck, down your shoulders, down your biceps, triceps, forearm, outside forearm, inside forearm, the back of the palm, the inside of the palm, your fingers, and to the ground. Okay? Then we're gonna start again from the top. Now we're gonna do the front. From the top of our head, down to our forehead. So from my head to my forehead, I just release tension. Eyebrows, I release the tension. Eyes, nose, cheekbones, chin, neck, collarbone, upper chest, lower chest, solar plexus area, upper abdomen, middle abdomen, lower abdomen. Release it to your hip, upper quad, lower quad, your knee, your shin, top of the shin, middle shin, ankle, top of the foot, underneath the foot, and into the ground. So that's the front. Now we're going to do the back. Again, my words, your mind is going to those areas and you're releasing tension to those areas. Your mind controls the energy, okay? Wherever your mind goes, the energy goes. So this is what this drill is helping us do, helping you release tension. Tension is just stored energy. Once you release it, we can use it, okay? So the top of our head, from the top of our head, we're gonna go down to the back of the head, back of the neck, back of the shoulders, shoulder blades, middle of the back, lower back, your glute, your hamstring, the pit of the knee, your calf, your Achilles heel, under the foot, and into the ground. Again, I'm going to start from the top. I'm just going to go a little fast. I'm going to shorten it. All right, so from the top of my head down to my neck, release. From my neck down to my shoulders, release. From my shoulders down to my hips, release. From your hip down to your knee, release. From your knee down to your ankle, release. From your ankle to the bottom of your foot, release. bottom of your foot release into the ground 6 inches. Release into the ground 1 foot. Release into the ground 1.5 feet. Release into the ground 2 feet. And now just relax. Okay, you can shake it out a little bit. So what I'm gonna do now, we're gonna do the same thing, first half, the second half, we're gonna gas pedal to bring it up. Okay? So now, we're gonna be on top of our head, we're gonna release down to your neck. Down to your shoulders. Down to your hips. Down to the knees. Down to the bottom of the foot. And if you can feel it in the bottom of your foot, that's awesome. Down to the bottom of the foot. Now just look at me, keep your eyes on me. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna gas pedal. With my feet, I'm gonna do this as if I'm going 50 to 70 miles an hour, gradually. So I'm gonna gas pedal, and as I gas pedal, my mind is at the bottom of my feet. Now I go up to my ankle. Then I go to my knee. Then I go to my hip. And I keep gas pedaling, then I go to my shoulders. And I go to my neck. Then I go to the top of my head. And keep gas pedaling just slightly. Then I go above my head. 1 inch. Above my head. 2 inches. Above my head. 3 inches. And relax. Cool. So now we're gonna do it really short, way shorter. From the top of my head, I'm gonna release in 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm releasing right down to my hip. And then from my hip, I'm gonna release right down to my knees. And then from my knees, I'm gonna release right down to my feet. And now I'm gonna gas pedal and go right up to my knees. Then to my hip, then to my shoulders, gas pedal to bring it up, then above my head. 1 inch above my head, 2 inches above the head, 3 inches above the head, and relax. Okay. Now it's even gonna be faster. It's just gonna be 3 points of emphasis for the release down. We're gonna be at the top of my head, and then 5, we're gonna release down to the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release down to the hip. And then from the hip down to the feet. And then from the feet, I'm gonna gas pedal and go right up back to my hip. And then from my hip, right above my head. And gas pedal a little bit more and get it above the head. 1 inch. 2. And 3. And relax. So all the things you're feeling is when Howard says, harmonize yourself with your body sensations. All these sensations that you're feeling, the feeling of the release, the feeling of a force or energy or a rebound, like you're bouncing a basketball and the bounce coming up when you're gas pedaling. That's what you want to kind of feel coming up your body. So Daniel, I'll show it with Daniel. Okay, so we'll just do the first exercise, which is the releasing part. So I'm just gonna release from the top of my head, and 5 seconds, I'm gonna release down to my hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down to my hip, and then to my feet. This is what you were doing. You do nothing with your hands. It's all your mind controlling the energy. So then on 5, I'm gonna release straight down to my feet. 1, from the top of my head to my feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so that's a release there. And now, if I'm released already to my feet, so I already did the release to my feet, from the top of my head down to my feet, I'm at my feet. And now I'm gonna gas pedal up, push down on the ground, going from 50 to 70 miles an hour. I'm gonna come up to my hip. That was only up to my hip. Now I'm gonna come up to the top of my head. So this stuff that you're doing, you gotta harmonize with what you're feeling and the releasing. Remember, if you got tension, it's awesome. To me, it's awesome. You know why? Because that means you got a whole lot of energy to release that you can use. Okay? So the first one, I went from here, from the top of my head, and I went down and released to my elbows. I could just release the tension from here and from my arm out. So from the top of my head, I'm gonna release to my elbow. From the top of my head, I'm gonna release from the top of my head straight to my finger. From the top of my head, I'm gonna release from the top of my head. Now, instead of releasing to my finger, I'm gonna release to his hip. So I just connected his body and made it part of the release. You see how I'm trying to explain the way it works? Okay? So partner up, and you guys do, and I'll come around, and we'll start working. And yeah, you just.
But Daniel, okay, can I get that real quick?